Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my sunroom. You can probably hear the heater going over here. It is a little bit chilly in Nashville today, but I wanted to film today's video in great lighting because I thought we could do a little application of some of my favorite Glossier products while I share with y'all my favorites from 2021. This is a video that I've done in the past year after year, and I try to give you guys like a good heads up on what I think are personally the best products and worth the money to order from Glossier. And so you've probably seen some of these products in my past favorite videos, so if you see them again, you know that they are like truly some of my favorites. And then there's also some newer products that Glossier launched this year that I think are definitely worth grabbing during the sale. So obviously their Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales happening. This video will hopefully be helpful for y'all on just like figuring out what you want to get, what you want to stock up on. I have tried it all at this point. I have spent a lot of money on Glossier products, including the blanket, which actually is an honorable mention. That's like one of my favorite merch pieces that Glossier has ever launched, is the blanket, which I'll like insert a picture here. I don't have it with me. I should have brought it down here, but it's up in my office. That is definitely one of my favorite merch items. I bought that literally as soon as I got an email about that blanket. But for the rest of the stuff, it's gonna be mostly skincare, body care, and makeup. And so I thought we could do kind of a get ready with me application of my favorite Glossier products. I'm gonna start today's video off with the Balm.com. I have my Glossier makeup bag here. You will not believe how much stuff I crammed into this bag. This is also one of my favorite launches that Glossier has released. I just love the design, and you can actually fit a good amount of stuff in here. I've packed it full with like 4 palettes of eyeshadows, lots and lots of lip products, and a bunch of other stuff. So we'll just kind of go through it while I apply it. One of my favorite things from Glossier, which they know it's a fan favorite of most people, is the Balm.com, and they actually just released one that I haven't tried yet. It's the, is it the gingerbread or like gingerbread cookie, something like super sweet Balm.com, which I know I probably will really like it because I love the coconut and the birthday Balm.com. These are like my 2 favorites. Coconut though, for sure, is like my go-to scent, which is hilarious because I don't like coconut anything. I don't like coconut cake, I don't like coconut milk, I don't like coconut creamers or anything coconut based, but for some reason the coconut Balm.com is truly my favorite Balm.com. Second in line is birthday cake, and then I'm sure I would love the new gingerbread one. I just have yet to order that one. I think this bag is honestly filled mostly with like eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna pull everything out so that I can get to the skincare that's on the bottom here. I've got literally so many things in this makeup bag. I just crammed it as full as possible, but I'm gonna be sharing with y'all like my favorite items and then like my favorite shades from each like collection. Obviously there's like 9 Balm.coms I think, so those are like my top 2 though, the ones I use repeatedly. This bag is like seriously one of the coolest pieces they've ever launched. The inside is removable, so you can remove this felt insert and just have like one giant pocket, but I love the design of it. You can fit a ton of stuff in here. Some of my favorite skincare products are things that I've mentioned before, but because I love them, I was like, I gotta just talk about them again because there are a lot of y'all who are new here on my channel since this time last year when I did my last Glossier favorites. So I thought we could just do a little refresh of what my favorites are. My 2 favorite moisturizers are the Priming Moisturizer Balance. This is a gel cream oil control moisturizer. Perfect if you have acne prone skin, but also just really great in the summer. It's super humid in Tennessee in the summer, and so I don't need anything that is gonna like make my skin even more oily, more shiny. So I really like having this. It's so lightweight. But then in the winter, we run heat, obviously, it dries out and my skin can get a little bit like fussy with the dryness in the air. So I love the Glossier Priming Moisturizer in the Rich formula. This is a super thick kind of like whipped cream. It smells so good. Like, it smells like a spa. I love this so much, and especially during the winter, it's such a good cream. So I'm gonna apply this for today because we are getting into those cooler months, and I can already feel my skin just like absorbing whatever moisturizer I put on it. It just soaks it right in, and this moisturizer just smells like a spa, which is mostly why I love it. It just smells so so good. And it does like do a really good job at priming. It has like the slightest bit of like tackiness to the cream, so your makeup works well over this cream. So this, a favorite, been a favorite for years. I've talked about this for years. Okay, now on to skin tint. Personally, I don't love the Glossier skin tint. I think that it does next to nothing aside from the fact that it has a really silky consistency. It makes your skin really silky feeling, but it doesn't actually provide any amount of coverage or really any amount of tint. So I wanted to share with y'all one of my favorite skin tints. There's actually two that I'm like totally obsessed with. The YSL Beauty New Bare Look Skin Tint. It's so good. It is a little bit thicker than this. This is like more coverage than the Glossier skin tint, less coverage than the YSL Beauty skin tint. So I thought I'd share the Ilia Beauty one though, because this one has SPF built into it, which is one of my favorite features about this skin tint. It comes in so many shades and I have gone through multiple bottles of this. I love it. Next up for my favorites is the Glossier Wowder. This is the setting powder and I have it in the G8 to G10 shade, and then I'll just set my face with this. So now that my skin is set, I'm gonna apply bronzer, and if we're being totally honest here, I like this, but it's not my favorite bronzer. Like, I would definitely grab a powder bronzer or a cream bronzer over a liquid bronzer, but I wanted to apply it because I don't think it's a bad bronzer. It's just not like my favorite bronzer that I have. To just give it a fair shot and just show you guys kind of how it applies, I just do like 3 dots right there, and I take a brush and I buff it out. And I actually had a lot of y'all say that you were trying to blend it out with your fingers and you didn't like the finish or the look that you got from it. And I think truly using a brush makes all the difference with this product, and it actually makes it like blend out seamlessly. But again, if I had to choose, I would still do a powder bronzer. I just like the look of that better. It does actually blend out super nicely. Okay, so this is the look of the bronzer, and it does blend out really seamlessly into the skin, which is nice. Next up is blush, and these have been in my favorites for years now because they're the best, and they're one of the best Glossier products just in general of all time. They are so iconic and they're so good. These are the Cloud Paints, and I love these 3 shades over all of the other shades. These work really well with my skin tone. I love Dusk, Beam, and Storm. I think they're so pretty. I'm gonna use the shade Beam because this is truly my favorite shade of the Cloud Paint, and I can't get enough of this shade. So again, I like to apply it using a brush. I just put a little bit on the end of my brush right there, and I will just blend it out using the brush. Again, you can use your fingers for all of these products. I really just prefer using a brush. And then I apply a little bit to my nose. I like the look of a little bit of blush on my nose. I go pretty light-handed with the blush and then build as I need. But Beam is like so stunning. I just love this shade of blush. It's so pretty. Okay, next up is highlight, and I feel kind of bad, but I'm not going to use one of the Glossier highlights. Honestly, my favorite Glossier highlight was the Glossier Play highlight. I thought that was just such an incredible highlight. Their halo scopes are really nice, but because I have more combination oily skin, I find that the halo scope highlights are just a little bit sticky on my skin. So I'm opting into a different highlight that I think you guys might be interested in. This is the Milk Makeup Highlight in Lit. I have been using this for years and I still love it. I do some on my nose, and I like to apply this to my eyelid as well. It almost kind of works as like an eyelid primer because it does have like the slightest bit of like creamy tackiness to it. And in the inner corner, I like to put it in the inner corner as well. And on the upper lip. And I think you just get like a really nice but like natural highlight with this. Next up are the eyeshadow palettes, and this is one of my favorite launches that Glossier has done. This and the Ultra Lip I think are just total home runs. So I wanted to share with you guys my favorite palette shades. There are 8 or 9 palettes, and I'm gonna show you guys, I narrowed it down to 5. Anyway, my all-time favorite is the Almond palette, which is this one right here. I think this palette is super natural, enhancing shades. They are really not that dark, but if you want like a really beautiful wash of color, I think these will complement a lot of skin tones. The next palette that I low-key love, which I wasn't really sure if I was gonna like this one, I took a chance on it, is the Prairie Palette. These have very like golden green undertones, but they're actually so pretty on olive skin tone. Next is the Teak Palette. This is one, like the Almond palette, I think is just a really beautiful, neutral palette that a lot of people could wear. Next up is the Heather Palette. I'm obsessed with these purple shadows. I think these are so stunning, especially fall and winter. I love wearing purple on my eyelids. And then the last shade is the Clay Palette. These are really deep, like browns and reds, and they're so pretty, layered up with almond or with teak. These ones are just really nice. So I'm gonna do a quick eyeshadow look. I think I'm actually gonna use the Prairie Palette because I used, I think, either the Almond palette or the Teak palette in my actual review of these. If you want the full review of every single palette, all the shades, swatch, I have a review video that I'll link down below. I'll link all my reviews down below, but I'm gonna take the Prairie Palette and do a quick kind of eyeshadow look using this palette. And these shades are actually like so pigmented, which I was really pleasantly surprised by. So I'm just taking the matte shade and just like doing kind of like a base layer shade. I love how stunning and like there's so much dimension in this palette. So this is just the matte shade. Such a pretty shade on the skin. I think it's so gorgeous. I'm gonna take the satin shade now and just go over the matte shade here. And then take the shimmer and pat this onto the lid. I'm gonna take the matte shade and just go under the lower lash line, just kind of darken up the bottom, and that is the look. This is truly one of my favorite mascaras of all the brands I've tried. I'm obsessed with this mascara because it doesn't bleed under the eyes at all. Like, you can have a full day of crying and you will not have dark circles under your eyes. Like, it is truly such an interesting formula. I'm like, can you make this formula into a volumizing formula? Because if you release that, I would buy that and use that for the rest of my life. It is seriously one of the most amazing lengthening mascaras. It separates out all of your lashes, adds so much good length while keeping it really natural. Obviously Glossier is like a more natural brand, so you're not getting like a ton of volume, but I'm serious, like the fibers in this mascara will make your lashes look so long. So I'm just gonna apply a coat so you guys can see what it looks like. So this is one coat of the mascara and it is so lengthening. I also love that it is a super stark black mascara. Oh, it just looks so good. This mascara, y'all, is a home run. It is one of my favorite Glossier products. Like, if I had to only grab 3 Glossier products for the rest of my life, this mascara would honestly probably be the first thing that I grab because I use it so much. Look how much good length you get from it. So mascara, you gotta try it. If you want a lengthening mascara, you're gonna be obsessed with it and you're not gonna stop using it because it's so good. I think last thing is the lip product. So obviously I've already mentioned the Ultra Lip, one of my favorite launches that Glossier has done. So many good shades. My top 3 are Portrait, Villa, and Trench. Of course, they are the more neutral shades. And then I also think that the Generation G, though, is still such a good matte lipstick. I love Cake and Leo from the Generation G. Those are my two favorite shades. I actually really like layering up Cake and Leo, which is funny because Trench and Villa are very similar to Cake and Leo. So I'm gonna apply the Ultra Lip though. This is the shade Trench. This one is a more kind of like brown nude. But I just love the hydration and the shine that you get from the Ultra Lip. It's so, so nice. So I think the last step is fragrance. The Glossier You perfume, guys, I will buy until the end of time. It is one of my favorite scents. It is just so good. Like, I legit have a backup bottle of this because I never want to run out. I actually lost my backup bottle in the move and I found it recently, and I was so excited because I thought I lost it, and I was like, no! It is $60 for a bottle of this, which is kind of pricey, but it lasts forever and you will get so many compliments on this scent. It is one of the most unique fragrances. I wish you could like smell this through the screen because it's one of my favorite scents of all the fragrances that I have tried. Really quick, I want to give you guys kind of a close-up of the makeup look. You guys can see all the Glossier products that I've got on. So really quick, I wanted to share some of my favorites that I couldn't apply right now. So I am obsessed with this lotion. This is the Body Hero Daily Perfecting Cream. It has the slightest bit of like shimmer to it. It's not sparkly. It's not like you put it on and people are like, oh my gosh, she put like sparkles on her body. But it gives your skin the most like beautiful glow. It is so hydrating, smells amazing, and it also pairs really well with the Body Hero. This is a dry touch oil mist, and this is so great. As soon as you get out of the shower, you spray this on your legs, like rub it in, and you just have the most lightweight, like dry oil feel on your legs that doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel oily, but it feels really hydrating. And again, smells so good. Like, these scents are amazing. Next up for my Glossier favorites, I freaked out when I saw that they launched this. I immediately bought it. I was like, I have to have this because this is a Bath Pods and Orange Blossom Neroli scented candle set. And I cannot tell y'all, I've actually already burned the candle, but I wanted to like put it back in here so you could see the full effect. So first of all, the packaging on this is so stunning. It's so like holiday. I love the deep purple. But you open it up, and inside of here you've got the bath oil pods and the candle, and you can see I've already burned the candle because I just love it so much. And I was surprised because it's such a small candle how long you can burn it and the wax doesn't just like disappear. Like, it actually has a really long burn time. And this one is, like I said, Orange Blossom Neroli. It is the same fragrance as the body mist and the cream. It's so good. Like, I walked into the room with this candle burning and I was like, it's just my favorite scent. So has the Glossier G logo on it. I love the pink frosted glass. It's so adorable. You could literally keep it and like put a plant in it after. Really cute on your table. And then you also get the Glossier bath pods, and these are filled with like body oils that you pop into your bath and you can soak, and it's supposed to make your skin all hydrated and smell really good. I actually, very truthfully, have yet to try these. I will say that I'm not a big bath person. I actually never really take baths. I've never been much of a bath person, but they are these little pods that you just pop into your bath. You add 2 or 3 to the water, and it works like any bath oil that you would add to your bathtub. They're supposed to smell kind of like the candles. I'm really hoping, like, fingers crossed, that they start selling the candle and this separately, because I would buy this thing over and over and over again. If I took more baths, I would like totally buy the set more, but I really just bought the set for the candle, and the candle did not let me down. So I might, you know, try these out. We do have a bathtub. It's very rare that I'm like, I'm gonna go take a bath. For some reason, that's just not my preferred form of self-care. I'd rather like take a walk or bake something. I might even like gift them to a friend or something who likes to take baths. But this is the set. I just think this is one of the cutest sets that they've done in a while. I love whenever they do like holiday themed sets, Most of the time, if it is like a holiday set, it is limited edition. So I'm like really hopeful that they don't discontinue the candle after holidays, because I'm like, how can I get this candle by itself and how can I repurchase it over and over again, because it's so good. Another set that I really like, and they actually released a larger version of this last year, so this is the more scaled down edit of the past set, but this is the skincare edit, and this thing is so cute. I already opened it because I shared it in a vlog, but it comes like this. You like pop it open, and I just love this packaging where the packaging is like molded over the products. I just think that's so interesting. You get some of the most popular Glossier products in mini form. So you get the Balm.com in Rose, this little mini, which I actually love their mini Balm.coms because they're perfect to throw in a purse because they're so tiny. You get a full size of the mascara, which that alone like makes this set worth it, it feels like. You get the Boy Brow in Clear, which is perfect for any of y'all who wanted to try Boy Brow. That's great for just setting your brows. You get the Milk Jelly Cleanser, which is a really gentle cleanser. I would highly recommend, if you wear a full face of makeup, pairing this over using this first. This is the Milky Oil. This will remove all of your makeup. Then you can follow it up with the cleanser. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is like one of my favorite products from Glossier, the Milky Oil. Great makeup remover, takes off all of your makeup, waterproof, doesn't matter, full face, foundation, it removes it all. And then it also comes with a mini tube of the OG Priming Moisturizer, which is also just a really great moisturizer. I know I shared the Balance Moisturizer as like my favorite. There's 3 of them. There's the Balance, the OG Priming Moisturizer, and then the Rich formula, which I showed you in that jar. The Priming Moisturizer is honestly really great. I've used an entire tube of this. It's never like broken me out or anything. I think I just liked this because it is more of like a mattifying moisturizer, whereas this one is truly just like a priming moisturizer. It's definitely thinner than the Rich formula, but it's not a gel cream. So that is what comes in this little skincare edit. It's so cute, just an adorable little gift to give someone who's never tried Glossier, who wants to try the brand out for the first time, or you can obviously like get it for yourself for the mini Balm.coms because they're just so stinking cute. But I think that covers all of my favorites. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'll have all of my Glossier reviews down below in the description box if you want to check out more in-depth reviews about each product. Like I have a video swatching all of the cloud paints, I have a video swatching all of the eyeshadow palettes, I have a video swatching the Ultra Lips. So I have videos more in depth on each product. If you want to check them out, I'll have the playlist link down below. But that is kind of my overall Glossier favorites of 2021. There are definitely some things that I had in my favorites from last year that I left out, things I brought back, but I feel like, you know, my skin is constantly changing, my taste is constantly changing, and so this is more of like a snapshot of the year of what I personally have been loving and using. But if you like this video and you found it helpful, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up, shop using my link down below in the description box, leave me a comment, let me know if you end up grabbing anything during the sale. If you are new to my channel and you want to stick around for some more videos and you're interested in Glossier, I'm constantly reviewing products when they release them, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I would love to have you back on my channel for some more videos. I'll see you guys in my next one very soon. Bye y'all.